President Muhammadu Buhari says if vaccination is the only way to end the COVID-19 pandemic, a more coordinated approach must be adopted by all stakeholders towards bridging the vaccine supply gap in Africa. He said licensing agreements must also be reached for the transfer of intellectual property and technology to support the production of vaccines on the continent. This was while addressing the opening session of the Paris Peace Forum now underway in the French capital. State House correspondent Adam Sambu has the report.
Convened by the French leader Emmanuel Macron, the Paris Peace Forum, fourth in the series, is devoted to the challenges of better global governance after COVID-19. Participants, including the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, will strategize towards reducing global divides in a world still under the threat of the pandemic.
Let us not be burdened by what has been. Let us focus on what can be. And let us realize a better future together.
We must also build new coalitions for regional conflict to build peace. I'm sure you've understood we've done a lot over the past year, but a lot remains to be done.
Delivering a keynote address at the event, President Muhammadu Buhari made it clear that the state of vaccine delivery across the world leaves much to be desired, especially as it affects the African continent. He said while some countries are giving booster third doses for their citizens, millions, especially in developing countries, are yet to receive a single dose.
As of 4th November 2021, 91.3 doses of vaccine had been given for every 100 persons across the world. On the same date, however, only 14.7 doses of vaccine per 100 persons has been administered in Africa, a clear case of lopsidedness. Countries with the highest incomes are getting vaccinated 10 times faster than those with the lowest income. This massive gap between vaccine requirements in Africa and vaccine availability is undermining the fight against coronavirus pandemic in the continent.
The president expressed the conviction that even if Africa were to receive the 600 million doses of vaccines under the COVAX arrangement by the end of this year, there will still be a considerable shortfall with the continent's 1.3 billion people. And with supply shortages and export ban, the planned COVAX deliveries to Africa have now been cut by 25%.
This is a major setback for Africa, where it is estimated that coronavirus vaccine deliveries have to increase from around 20 million doses a month to an average of 150 million doses a month if the target of fully vaccinating 70% of its population by September 2022 is to be achieved. So what needs to be done to plug the gap? Export restrictions that encourage needless hoarding of vaccines need to be lifted. There is a clear need for the expansion of vaccine production capacity in Africa.
Virtually speaking for Africa, President Muhammadu Buhari described as welcoming pledges by industrialized countries to share vaccines, saying, however, that such pledges, especially to developing countries, must be fulfilled and in a timely manner. From Paris, France, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.